Hey YouTube family, this is Take 5 with Nanette, where we spend a few moments looking at a nugget of information that has the potential to help all of us change our perspective and learn to think for a change. Um, I was reminded this morning about, we've been talking about information overload, and part of that has to do with um, choices. And I was reminded of a situation where I had some friends visit from India, and I had to stop by a store with them, and we went into the store, and it was Petco. And when we were in there, I could tell that there was the husband, who had never been to the U.S. Was his first time to the U.S. Was had a particular look on his face. And when we got home, I was talking to them, and one of the things that I realized, he was blown away. He had no grid for understanding that we had a store that not only did we have food that was particular for a cat and food that was particular for a dog that people could buy, and maybe you had a couple choices. No, we had aisles of options for a cat, aisles of options for a dog, aisles of options for fish, for birds, for rodents. Really blew his mind. Those types of things. And I started thinking about the fact that you walk into a grocery store, you have an aisle full of just breakfast cereal to choose from. We have choice overload. And I started thinking about the young people today. I was with a high schooler the other day who is literally shut down. Why? He's shut down because he's terrified to choose what he wants to be when he grows up. Why is he so afraid? There's so many options, and he's afraid he's going to choose the wrong one. And I was reminded of the breakfast cereal aisle. And so I said, okay, let's talk about when you go in to buy cereal. There are certain cereals you've had, and there are certain things that you like that would help you in making a choice to choose that cereal. But what if you just chose a brand new one and you tried that cereal? Well, he said, well, I might not like it. And I said, yeah, you might not like it. So you go back and next time you choose a different cereal. Well, I don't want to waste money. Well, okay, can you finish that box of cereal even though you don't particularly love it? Or you just decide to bite the bullet and go spend the money on a different box of cereal. And after I left that conversation with him, which it actually went really well, and we were able to move forward with options, but I realized people are not only overloaded with information, but there's so many options. We either have so many options that we don't know what to do with. If you go back and look at the Take 5 with Nanette, that has to do with the porcupine principle. That has to do with weeding out options. It also has to do with, very often we think, I don't have any options. Well, that's never the truth. In this day and age, you can't tell me you don't have any options. You've got options. And so, but we just have so many choices. That's why when you're teaching a toddler to learn to make good choices, you don't give them 10 choices. You give them two choices that you're okay with. You need to make sure you're okay with both those choices. So you have a choice between this or this. Well, we've gone from them having a couple choices to all of a sudden they're just bombarded with choices. And we need to be teaching and we need to train ourselves how to make good choices. How do I work through the choice process? And so how do you work through your choice process and how do you narrow it down so you're not looking at this sea of information, this sea of choices, and make a good one? Hopefully that's something for you to think about today and that'll produce change in your life. Once again, thanks for listening. See you next time.